Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and right now I'm being stalked by abusive men in loud vehicles and on trail bikes who have access to viewing me illegally in my home because of the illegal cameras that St George Community Housing has placed in my home. St George Community Housing has violated my human rights to the absolute extreme by placing illegal cameras in my home, even going as far as placing one in my bedroom. And this is so that I can be put through cruel abuse by the community in my home and when I leave my home. People view into my home and they carry out abuse based on my movements in my home, and they also gain information from the things that I do and the things that I watch on TV, the things that I look up online, and then they carry out cruel psychological abuse based on that information when I leave the house as well. This morning when I went out, I had to go to another suburb. And on the way home from that suburb, I was stalked by thousands of unnecessary vehicles on the road that were only on the road because they were stalking me. Whoever is behind this abuse that's being carried out on me, and it's got something to do with the justice system because the justice system are behind this. It's happening to me because of a police cover-up. And my landlord, St George Community Housing, has teamed up with corrupt members of the justice system to put me through this abuse. They have taken bribes to do that by putting the cameras in my home. And when I went out this morning, I was stalked, by I'm going to say thousands, like at least 1,000 vehicles that didn't really have to be on the road. They were there stalking me. This is the extremes that these people are going to. Whoever is behind this abuse, whoever is trying to abuse me to death, is committing. There goes another car. You probably heard that one. I'm glad that probably come out on the video. That's about the fourth one that's gone up my street in the past 5 minutes. They carry out these little attacks every now and then where they just all strike at once, and there's people viewing into my home to watch how I react to that abuse. Anyway, getting back to when I went out this morning, there was, so much unnecessary traffic on the road. I don't know why I'm saying phone. That whoever is behind this abuse is carrying out a huge crime against the environment. Like, it is just massive. And it's been going on for 19 months. The amount of unnecessary traffic that goes out on the road to stalk me, it's absolutely massive. So whoever's doing this, they are committing a huge environmental crime. So hopefully they're caught in the near future. But I just wanted to make this short video just to talk about that, because they're sending stalkers past my home now. So it's not just the stalkers that stalk me on the road when I go to and from places. It's also the stalkers that stalk past my house that are creating unnecessary, pollution. And then there are the stalkers that stalk in the early hours of the morning. When I first wake up, there'll be abusive men carrying out noise and pollution attacks in the early hours, just to let me know that they're trying to let me know that they, exercise that domination that they have over me by watching me in my home and monitoring my movements. That's why they carry out those attacks in the morning. They carry them out around my movements in my home. And the noise part of it is to just try and create as much stress as possible. But I mean, it's so ridiculous because it's not just harming me, it's harming everybody. And it's just so backward. It really is. Just whoever's thinking up this stuff, they just think backwards. They really do. And then there's the traffic that parks at the shopping centre when I go out anywhere. There is a lot of unnecessary vehicles that follow me to the shopping centre just to stalk me in the shopping centres, to try and provoke me and carry out abuse based on things that they have watched me do in my home or on my devices. It's really, it's got to the point where it's just, these people look so ridiculous. They really do. And I can't believe that there are so many people listening to this person and doing what they say. But the only thing I can make of it is that they must be getting paid for it. Maybe they're not doing it because they believe in the cause so much. They're just doing it because they're getting paid to do it. Because whoever is behind this stuff, the way they think is just so backward, it really is. And they are very, very, they're a very sick person too. They're very vulgar with some of the things they do. So hopefully they're caught soon because, they are committing huge crimes against the environment. Every time I go out, the amount of traffic that followed me this morning and was on the way home as well was just unreal. And they show me that they're stalkers by putting their headlights on. That's what they do. So I wanted to let everyone know that, so that, if you're driving and you're seeing a lot of headlights coming towards you in the middle of the day, they're probably stalkers. Because that's how they're showing their presence to me on the road. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I just want this camera out of my home, St. George Community Housing. You are violating my human rights, my privacy, and it's about time that you got this camera out of my home because everyone knows what you've done, and I shouldn't have to suffer because of this. Not only that, you're enabling these environmental crimes, St. George Community Housing. You're enabling all this. So really, you're committing those environmental crimes as well. You're just as responsible for them. So thank you for listening if you've listened to this video, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Enjoy your day.